You don't always need to go to high-end restaurants in Tobago to have a nice, quiet dinner. In fact, there are many casual restaurants on the island that provide tasty food and offer a great experience. This week, I'm going to take you to two interesting venues on Sherburn Road that you can add to your list of places to dine and have a good time. I'm Davia Chambers, and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Tobago's athletes make the island proud at the 2017 Carifta Games. This island has its first Jazz Film Festival, and later we show you what you missed at the Tobago Jazz Experience in Speyside. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues. We'll be right back.
Come, there we go to Tobago, that paradise. Bung by Robinson Crusoe, and it is said it's the land of tomorrow. Princess Margaret say, come Tobago for holiday. Now the whole world say, come Tobago for holiday.
First stop, the B Pub. The B Pub opened 1 month ago at the old site of Michelle's restaurant. This establishment is owned by Karen Ballard and is open for lunch and dinner. Our lead story takes us to the 2017 Carifta Games. Tobago athletes journeyed to Curacao to compete against the best at the annual Carifta Games. Our athletes more than proved they can match up to the international competition. Let's take in this story as Omadara Mills brings the details.
Trinidad and Tobago's junior athletes had one of their best Carifta Games showings in recent years, earning 22 medals for overall second place behind Jamaica. And at the 46th edition of the Games, recently held in Curacao, Tobago accounted for 8 of those medals. One of the highlights of the meet was Tyreek Husford's performance. For the third consecutive year, he threw his way to boys under 18 javelin gold.
To be honest, I was a bit shocked because on the first round of the throw, that is when I broke the record. It wasn't something that I had in mind, but like breaking the record on the first, well, throwing that distance on the first try, on the first throw, but it came, and I guess that was something that I was preparing myself for, knowing that at any point in time that the distance would have come.
Kimoy Norrie brought home silver in the girls under 18 javelin. Asha James got bronze in the girls under 20 javelin throw, while Anya Akili received bronze in the heptathlon event. A silver medal went to Isla Stanislaus for the girls under 18 4x100 meters relay. This is Isla's second time at the Carifta Games, which she's using as preparation for future meets.
I achieved a silver medal with my under 18 relay team, and I was very proud about that and happy about that because the team put out some really good effort to gain it. And my performances, personally, I do not believe it was my best, and I intend to improve it for the later games in the year, but the experience itself was wonderful.
Curlan Ashby captured bronze in the boys' open octathlon. The bronze medal also went to Cornell Jacob in the boys' under 20 discus and Tishon Gray in the boys' under 18 4x400 meters relay. Level 4 field events coach Wade Franklin says he is pleased with the overall performance of all Tobago's athletes.
I think the general performance was a lot better. We had a lot of discipline from the athletes, which in the years gone by we had discipline problem, but this year was really good, and I think the performance of the athletes generally was good, but the Tobago athletes' performance was outstanding because coming back with 8 medals out of 13 athletes that went from Tobago, I think we did quite well.
The athletes are supported by the Division of Sports and Youth Affairs to ensure they are at their best when representing the country. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
The B Pub has a diverse menu that caters to both local and international tastes. Guests can expect freshly prepared food by a chef with 20 years experience in cooking. Representatives of the Tobago House of Assembly and the Ministry of Planning and Development met at the Mount Irving Bay Resort for the United Nations MAPS meeting to discuss the Sustainable Development Initiative. Caroline Wallace tells us more in this report. Have a look.
It's a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development by the United Nations focuses on 17 development goals and really seek to realize the human rights of all and to achieve gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls by 2030. But the success of the SDGs depend heavily on local prioritization. So, Tobago is discussing the UN mainstreaming, acceleration, and policy support or MAPS to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals of Vision 2030 with the rest of the world.
The support will better enable the government and its partners to develop a roadmap for implementation of Vision 2030 and the SDGs and Tobago's development objectives, including the identification of gaps to inform the strategic approach of government.
The new goals and targets came into effect in January 2016 and in all countries promote sustainable economic growth. However, due to the financial constraints of the country, the United Nations Development Programme is exploring financing options for the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, such as good health and well-being and quality education.
The framework solidifies a partnership between the government and the UN working together to achieve the country's national development objectives as outlined in Vision 2030 and the Comprehensive Economic Development Plan of Tobago. Through UN collaboration with the Ministry of Planning and Development, which is the key interlocutor for the UN system is supporting the THA in designing a project on institutional strengthening across the divisions of the THA.
The hope is that the principles and goals of sustainable development in the 2030 Agenda are fully integrated into national and subnational policy, planning and budgeting.
We believe that the shift to a new paradigm in Tobago will require a more appropriate resource configuration, one which is enabled by more facilitation and further strengthening of the intergovernmental relationship between the THA and the central government.
The UNDP has also developed a rapid integrated policy assessment, a tool that helps countries assess their readiness for SDG implementation, which is already being used in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
The beautiful ambience of this establishment is framed by the beer garden that has an outdoor hanging swing bench and a pond. Now, some guests prefer to dine here amidst the very natural elements. Child abuse is everyone's business. In commemoration of National Child Abuse Prevention Month, the Child Protection Unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service hosted a child abuse symposium at the Gulf City Mall to raise awareness to this troubling issue. Kern De Freitas has this report.
Violence, neglect, child labor, trafficking, and sexual exploitation. These are just a few faces of child abuse affecting millions of children worldwide. It's a topic the authorities in Tobago are highlighting to bring greater awareness to Tobago's communities as well as social change. That's why the Child Protection Unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Services Tobago Division hosted a child abuse symposium at Gulf City Mall in Lowlands. This year's theme was Unite Against Child Abuse.
This year, the theme for Child Abuse Month is Unite Against Child Abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, child abuse is everyone's business, in addition to the protection of children. It is time for us to remove the guilt and shame associated with child abuse and all its forms. Child abuse needs to be reported to the relevant agencies, for example, the Child Protection Unit.
Attendees learned about some of the signs displayed by abused children and how young people cope with abuse. Several agencies and organizations also hosted booths to provide information on how to report suspected cases of child abuse, like the Probation Hostel, a group home that is managed and operated by the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development.
Today is an opportunity for us to come together to look at this problem and to make decisions as to how we will address it. For too long, we've been silent on this matter. For too long, we have not moved forward to deal with this matter. The side effects of child abuse is traumatic and has long-reaching effects on our children.
April was designated National Child Abuse Prevention Month by the Ministry of Gender and Child Affairs. It's an opportunity to share strategies that will promote prevention and bring much needed attention to the nation's children.
Let us try to eliminate the incidents of child abuse and provide a safe and nurturing environment for our children to grow up. The problems that are plaguing this society stems from abuse in the home and other places.
In addition to creating awareness, National Child Abuse Prevention Month is meant to inspire the public through its activities to play a bigger role in protecting our children. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
Coming up next, lights, camera, action. We take you to the Tobago Jazz Film Festival. Stay tuned. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back. Drummers While You Dine? Experience it on Tuesday nights as the Castara Drummers take you on a journey of African sounds. Management also wants you to know that they facilitate private functions right here. And speaking of entertainment, Tobago launched its very first Jazz Film Festival, an event that would focus on a combination of music and films from local and international filmmakers. More details in this report.
The Tobago Jazz Experience offers more than just music. This year, the event welcomed the inaugural Tobago Jazz Film Festival, a unique series of film screenings promoting both music and film. The organizers wanted the 5-day event to stand out from the annual Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, hence the tagline, Films plus Workshops plus Limes with Tobago in Focus.
The more events that we can do in Tobago, the better. And the Jazz Festival is a time when, or the Jazz Experience is a time when a lot of people are in Tobago. So we thought, let's take advantage of those numbers of people and get them to see Caribbean films, get them to see films from Tobago especially.
Patrons enjoyed 3 days of free film screenings. The lineup included international films like Miles Ahead from the United States and Chico and Rita from Spain and the United Kingdom, as well as films made in Tobago such as The Resort, or those produced by Tobagonians such as Jared Primer's Red Man and Kyle Walcott's Glass Bottom Boat.
It's really nice that they've kind of focused on Tobago and given it a bit more attention. And this is a really nice season to have something like the Jazz Film Festival. So I'm really looking forward to it.
The film festival also included a 1-day film training and development workshop for the island's filmmakers. 10 participants received valuable information on the basics of film production and script writing. One participant, Ryan McCool, believes Tobagonians should take advantage of these opportunities.
The initiative itself in bringing it to Tobago, the workshop, and trying to help develop filmmaking on the island, I see that as something positive and welcome it in ways that could help develop individuals and in turn develop the industry in a holistic manner. So any opportunity that there is that one can learn something new or learn more about one's craft and better it, I think is a great opportunity for Tobago.
A number of private enterprises, including Columbus Communications, Flow, and the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, facilitated the initiative. The event was supported by the Tobago House of Assembly. It's hoped that this event will boost Tobago's film industry. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Another place to add to your list is Martini Paradise. This bar and grill is owned by Sherwin Lovell and opened its doors to the public 2 months ago. Now customers can expect local dishes and exotic cocktails. I have one rule for you: safety first. Occupational safety and health is something a few persons take for granted. In this next report, we proceed with caution as we raise awareness on this critical issue. Here are the details.
Occupational health and safety is very critical in today's workplace. Knowing what it takes to operate in a safe environment is key for employees and employers. So that's why the OSH department uses the Safety Week to raise awareness. The theme for this year's Safety Week is Safety is All Our Thing. Gerald Quamina, Health and Safety Officer at the OSH department, says safety is a collaborative effort.
Now in safety, one of the things we always have to look at, it's not like long time where people used to say, just put on a hard hat, put on our boots, you're going to survive. Or is the boss how to control it? It now depends heavily on all of us.
Mr. Quamina said that they are guided by international rules and regulations.
The ILO sets its standards based on scientific research. This is why we in the OSH department don't only go on just saying, do this and do that. We do things like these where we show scientific and also practical means.
This applies to every element of safety, from clothing to equipment.
To use correctly the personal protection clothing or devices as to endanger his own safety, health or welfare at work or that of any other person.
Regular health and safety workshops and random checkups by the local OSH unit are done to improve and boost the quality of work life for everyone. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
The owner was motivated to create this business because he wanted to create a bar that was different to the others on the island. He did so by keeping customers entertained throughout the week. Tuesday is karaoke night, Wednesday martini night, and the list goes on. Now, your thoughts do affect the way you respond to a situation. Individuals learnt about that and more at CSI, a cognitive social intervention program hosted by the Citizen Security Program. Here's more in this report.
Change your thinking, change your life. That's what young Tobagonians are being encouraged to do at a Cognitive Social Intervention Program, or CSI. It's a Citizens Security Program workshop that's helping young people become more aware of how their thoughts affect the way they respond to situations.
It provides for young persons ways or techniques that they can use to assist them in being more reasoned in their decision making, so that they're no longer responding to their feelings and the impulsive behaviors and tendencies that many young people and even adults tend to have. But they're learning some technical skills related to cognitive behavior therapy that's going to assist them in being more better managers of themselves.
Young adults ages 13 to 20 will participate in the CSI sessions. They'll cover issues such as self-awareness, stress management, positive thinking, and decision-making. Some participants say the program is already changing their lives.
It could help them by telling them not to follow the bad company and do the right things.
I love goal settings because my goal is to be an entrepreneur, to get my own pretty business, and I really love the goal setting. Sometimes I don't really like to write down my goals because I wouldn't know if it may come true. But I'm still trying my best to work hard and save money to get the place on.
The Citizens Security Program's mission is to reduce crime and violence in target areas. They are Bon Accord, Bethel, and Darrell Spring.
It's a behavior change program where we looked at the core risk factors that predispose individuals, families, and communities to crime and violence situations. So this one fits right in. It's about retooling people, helping people to see another way of doing things that will prevent them from going down and making choices that would lead to crime and violence situation.
There are 12 sessions in each cycle. The organizers are hoping the lives of close to 100 youths will be transformed by the end of the program.
When we return, you get a glimpse at what you missed out on at Jazz in the East. Don't go anywhere. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Picnic Sunday is one day of entertainment you don't want to miss. It's a family-oriented day where families can come to Martini Paradise and relax with their children and enjoy the cultural performances of the afternoon. The children can enjoy the bouncy castle and have their faces painted for free. Grammy-winning reggae group Morgan Heritage, along with other local artists, graced the stage at Speyside to perform at the Tobago Jazz Experience 2017. Here's a look at what you missed.
A massive crowd descended on the Speyside recreational grounds for the first show of the Tobago Jazz Experience 2017, Jazz in the East. The event gave young performers, especially from the eastern end of the island, an opportunity to showcase their skills at a major event.
When carnival come and we jamming in the rain, you do not have to be a friend, but you're still hugging up all you brothers pain. Why only that time of year everybody come as one, taking them on up in the sun, whining all behind the truck and having fun. But when carnival done and there's no more bump and grind on the trees, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm free.
So let me take you to a place, sea and sun, smile upon the face of everyone. There's a place I think.
The atmosphere throughout the evening was filled with energy and euphoria, especially with the more seasoned artists.
Now I hardly see your wishes. Countless as you used to talk with nothing left to say. Now I miss you. The things you used to do is now a figment over. So this relationship is changing and it's changing real. I'm not leaving you, boys, still nowhere. Speyside, are you with me tonight? I want to hear your voices say. In the light, case I need it when I'm older. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've tried.
But it was this performance by Grammy Award-winning Jamaican reggae group Morgan Heritage that headlined the event. Their 2015 album, Strictly Roots, won the Grammy Award in the Best Reggae Album category in 2016, and they did not disappoint their jazz fans.
This is not a dreadlock stand, divine conception of the heart. River Jordan, hey, don't be afraid of Jehovah burning fire. Trust in your fire and you never get burned. We know where we say from the start of time, just seed have been planted. And the roots have just seed and forever the strongest. When it's kind of giving helping to your sister. Sister, mama, help me. Whether it's your family or whether it's your friends, yeah. You're creating us to be one in His name.
The Tobago Jazz Experience runs until April 30th. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Reviews for Martini Paradise indicate that customers enjoy the food and entertainment. One customer said that she loves the ambience, music, and most of all, the cocktails. Fashionistas gathered at Magdalena Grand for an evening of art, music and entertainment. The event is in its 5th year, and here's Crystal George to tell us more about this event, and we'll have more details in next week's show. Here's more.
It's more than just fashion. Tobago Fashion Coda. It's also about art, music and entertainment. In its 5th year, the theme is happiness. The event was held at the Magdalena Grand poolside last Thursday. Don Grant, executive producer, was excited about this year's edition. He said this event is an innovative effort to attract people attending the annual jazz festival.
We here in Tobago have so much to offer the world that we need to develop, and collaborate and cooperate with ourselves, first of all, our culture, our people, and our art form.
Tobago Fashion Code is a satellite production within the Tobago Jazz Experience, and according to Mr. Grant, it marries with the jazz and fashionable folks and the fashionista of the world.
The Tobago Jazz Experience, we felt needed this fashion, art, music element in it. And it was meant to be the event or the experience in the jazz that will make you highly remember it.
And one of the highlights of Fashion Coda is the art piece, which is presented every year. The creator of Happiness, Danuski Lover, said it was suitable for the event because it clearly depicts the heritage, people, culture, and the art of the island.
I would try to represent the color of the island, the beauty of the island, the people. So it's a little representation of our culture, because I come in also from the Caribbean, and it's a synthesis about the people, the art, the costume.
The Tobago House of Assembly has continued to support Fashion Coda. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have Your Say, the segment of our program where we hear what you, the viewers, have to say. Today we are asking, what are you doing to reduce your impact on the environment? Now, while you think about it, we'll have a look at who had their say this week.
Sometimes it's the simplest things that we do that has the most profound impact on the environment. Instead of using plastic, you use biodegradable materials. Instead of throwing the garbage on the ground, you find the nearest trash container, or even just keep the thing in your pocket. Instead of using, cars that are, past due, upgrade and get, more environmentally friendly vehicles.
I think we could plant more trees and stuff that will create a safer place for the environment and stuff, and it could also protect the ozone layer, which means like right now how the sun is extremely hot and stuff is as a result that the ozone layer is going down and stuff. So by planting more trees, it will create a safer environment for all of us to live comfortably.
Your environment, your heart, your spirit and your soul have to be clean to understand that your surroundings have to be clean in order for you to inherit certain amount of powers within yourself.
I think that we can have a factory built in Tobago to help reduce the waste of plastic bottles on the island. There's a lot of plastic that you can see piling up all over in different communities. So I believe in planting trees as well. I think that the general emphasis would be on we, the people, to keep the environment clean.
We close another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and very productive week. We close now with a montage of the Tobago Jazz Experience, Jazz on the Move. We do hope you enjoy.